This is a dream I had somewhere around February of 2013. I dreamt I was in a residential area, and there was a really steep hill of houses leading up, and then once you got to the top of the hill, there was another steep hill that was leading down. I was about the third or fourth house on the downside of the hill. People were on the edge of the property putting up sandbags to protect their home, and I was just finishing up some concrete work on a concrete wall for protection that I had in front of my home. The waters rose so high that they went all the way up the steep hill and began to flood down the other side of the hill I was on. And so right after the waters began to flood down the hill, I saw a crew of government police type dressed in black coming down the hill, and someone said, "Is that FEMA?" I said, "No, it's FES. FES." The next scene, we were standing in front of our personal belongings that were in a storage container, and it appeared to be a storage container that people would use for, shipping or transporting when they are moving and store their items in for a while. It had double doors on it in the front. The difference was, except the top was open. So the best way I can describe it, it was like a cross between a large construction dumpster and a storage container. So all our household belongings that we were storing were in it, and it was full of people that were looting through our possessions, and we just stood there watching, and that was the end of the dream. So a couple thoughts on this dream. The floodwaters will be so high in an area that it covers the ground up a very long steep hill, and the waters were higher beyond that. They were continuing to flood over the top of that hillside. People were putting sandbags up, and I was putting concrete up, so I think that defines the difference between sand or a concrete foundation. So what we're building on, so our foundation must be solid in Christ. And I've tried to find a government organization that makes any sense, that has the initials FES, that will be involved in some type of federal or national emergencies, and I was trying to figure out who they were and what their role is, and I haven't been able to find. I found a couple things, but I don't feel like it's related, so I'm going to keep my eye open for FES. People will be looting through our belongings, but one of the things that I was thinking about with this dream that brought to my mind was, the fact that it was a storage container but the top was open like a trash dumpster. Yes, people were in there looting, but I didn't seem to be really alarmed at it. I just knew they needed those items. And in the event that happens to us, we have to trust God for taking care of our needs, because those are earthly treasures, and God is going to sustain us during this time.